Okay, boys.
And there's the kickoff under Tim Manda. And first receipt of the ball down in the southeastern corner for the Warriors, 10 metres out from their own line. As it comes across and through Guttenbeil originally. And Jerry CUCU will play the ball for the second time in the afternoon here for the Warriors. We're coming to you live this afternoon. And these circumstances, special circumstances this year, really a great season with enormous television ratings last night. Thank you for watching us. As it's played then by Guttenbeil, and it's gone now to Villasanti. And he will play the ball just outside the 30-metre line. And gets up and a little bit stunned by the tackle. Now they go across for the first of the kicks in the game. It bounces around, it bubbles around, to use a Phil Gouldism, and it's Reece Wesser with the ball. And he's put away by Monty Beetham in conjunction there with Guttenbeil. 35 out from the Panthers line for Luke Lewis now, the winger tackled in the first penalty of the game.
Yes, and it's a 10-metre penalty. The Warriors showing too much enthusiasm. Well inside the 10.
Priddis taking the tap. Lang it was who gave him a dummy decoy, and then it's with Nullavow with the brown hair today. As Priddis goes to Clinton, Clinton goes hard. And he's pulled down about 8 metres away from the Warriors' line. A real test here early for the New Zealanders as Campbell picks up Pulatua. And Tony Pulatua is tackled a few metres away from the corner post. Over on the sunny side of the ground. Now it's away for Campbell to go to Gower. Gower to go to Sattler. The run around back for Gower. Oh, it came off the fingertips of Wesser. It's gone loose. It's gone all over the place. And Manda will order knock-ons against both and put a scrum down.
They're doing what he does so well. Craig Gower. The pass wasn't meant for Reece Wesser. He was looking to go wider.
Stacey Jones working the scrum. We know that he hasn't been fully fit, but he's been getting through the game satisfactorily. But I don't know that you can go into grand finals less than 100% fit or less than 90% fit. And Stacey Jones, it'll be interesting to watch him today, particularly his action, his freedom. Logan Swan it was who played that ball, then from Villasanti, now across to CUCU as we go to Andrew Voss on the sideline.
And Ray, conditions a bit like last night, to be quite honest. Very gusty, more an advantage for Penrith in this first 40 minutes. Interesting too to hear what Tim Manda said to the two captains at the toss. Two things he would be strict on today. One was the markers not standing square. The other one was time wasters. He doesn't want players questioning his decisions, delaying play.
Jones with that kick. It bounces up beautifully for Rooney, a high kick, but that didn't worry Luke Rooney. He's about 6'6", and he comes back towards halfway.
Right, as you mentioned earlier, Richard Villasanti is still far from 100% out there, finding it hard to get involved. He's been put back on his heels early in this match.
As Preston Campbell, former Dally M Player of the Year. 5 metres into Warriors territory then as Martin Lang, the son of the coach, goes up to the 40-metre line, right up the middle, plays it back quickly for Priddis. He gives a little handoff then for Joe Nullavow, and Nullavow, who represented the Kiwis this year, was able to get the ball away, and this is Torpy with the number 4 on his back. Tackled 20 metres out from the line. Good day for Nullavow and Pulatua to impress Daniel Anderson. Here's Campbell with a weaving run. And pulled down 10 metres out, this time by Villasanti. And Campbell plays it back, and Priddis gives it away, and Gower gives the pass. It's gone loose, and it's picked up by Fafili. Fafili put to ground by Rooney on the far side of the ground, but they really had the numbers over there, Penrith, and something could have really come out of that for them.
Yeah, they're really up for this one, the Panthers. My concern was that they'd be a little bit slow to start, having waited around for a couple of weeks, looking forward to this big game. But they've tried very, very hard to get on the front foot early. Big charges from their forwards, couple of offloads, going wide when they get the opportunity. So they're here to play the Panthers, you can guarantee that.
Hold! Hold!
Guttenbeil. Play back for Beetham, and Beetham comes across for Jones, and Jones puts the kick in, and now it's with Rooney. And he comes away off his 20-metre line. And now for Girdler.
Luke Rooney a little bit pained out of that tackle as well. Some heavy contact out there. We expected it. And there are a few players already early in this game just feeling the effects as Luke Priddis slips over, comes back, and then runs into CUCU before offloading to Campbell.
Campbell away from Torpy. And eventually they're able to bring the little fellow to a rest.
Back up, back up.
Right on the halfway line now, Penrith, with Martin Lang going for full petrol, and he's wrapped up by See You. Together with Guttenbeil, they make the tackle. Then it goes from Nullavow to Gower's boot, and very big clash of bodies there between Villasanti and Gower as the ball goes in touch and goal.
Well, don't anyone ever doubt the toughness of Craig Gower. Look at that. He knew Villasanti was coming. He concentrated on his kick, and he bounces straight up after the contact. Sattler has something to say to Villasanti.
Tackled about 22 metres outside the New Zealand line at the moment as they run away from the southern end.
Lovely break made by Penrith, getting Ryan Girdler into open spaces, and then the Warriors did well to defend it. They had defenders go to support players to make sure they were covered, allowing Webb to take the centre. Here's Villasanti warming to the task, 45 out from his own line.
It's Vinnie Anderson throwing one of those lollipop passes that takes so long to find his target, and then See You unloads, and it's gone from Stacey Jones to a support player a couple of metres short of the halfway. It was ordinary play, though, I've got to say. And now Torpy adds to the problem. And so there's going to be a turnover, because I think that was the last tackle. It was.
There was also a chance, Ray. They had Preston Campbell isolated on the short side. The winger had gone back. Torpy, he wanted to get it, draw Campbell and put Melly away.
Joining us on the sideline today, Matthew Johns.
Yeah, just keep an eye on, boys, how Penrith structure their defence under pressure today. When you come up against Stacey Jones, you learn that most of the time when he does go the line, he likes to play short. Canberra were punished on two or three occasions last week for sliding on their try line. Look for the Panthers to get up quick and close in with their defence today.
Here's Sattler, and then to Prittis, and now to Gower. Gower's inside the 30. He's done better than that. He's reached the 20-metre line. And really stretched there, Anderson, and See You. Girdler with a nice kick. Chance for the Panthers. Webb might have won the race.
He's won it all right, and he's done it in cool fashion. Good quick play of the ball. Ryan Girdler, the left foot stabbed through, and just watch Brent Webb. He just comes across, no panic, snuffs out the attack. Luke Prittis leading the charge. We have a line drop out to restart. Some good pressure here from the Panthers in the last few minutes.
So Clinton on the carry back of the line dropout, which was taken by Villasanti. He's a man for all seasons, Richard Villasanti. He's in there driving in that tackle as well. With Logan Swan, they're just inside the 30. It's been all Panthers as far as territory and possession is concerned. Now Pulatua, and they're only 15 metres away from the line. Girdler tries to do something up the middle.
That's four.
Runs into Guttenbeil. Plays it back for Prittis, and Gower's 9 metres out. So is Campbell, so is Federera. Lewis for the corner, gets it over. Lewis has scored the first try of the day. No examination from the video referee. Tim Mander points to the spot, 4-0 after 11.
Arlington pressure into points, and I've got to say it's a bad read here from the winger, Francis Melly. They come wide. Stacey Jones was looking to slide. As we freeze it there, this man has come in, and he wants to keep coming in, and that allows a corridor down the side. Play continues. He had to slide with Stacey Jones, but Melly came in. Jones started to slide. Melly kept going in. Luke Lewis almost unopposed despite the halfback's attention.
22 metres out from the touchline for Ryan Girdler. It's on its way. He's pulled it around. So no addition. Telecast coming to you live this afternoon from Telstra Stadium as Tony Pulatua comes charging back at the New Zealanders. They wrap him up. 3 of them in combination inside the 20-metre line. Now for his second row partner, Joe Nullavow. Put the ball away for Luke Prittis to make some more ground. They're out to the 30-metre line now, Penrith. So coming out of their own area quite simply. Guttenbeil, 10 tackles for the game. Penalty goes Penrith.
As Monty Beacon questions the referee, this is uncharted waters for the Penrith team in recent performances to find themselves in front after 13-14 minutes.
Finding the line about 7 metres short of halfway, and this is a strong run by Pulatua that sees him go through a couple of tackles. See you and Good and Beale were both beaten badly. Logan Swan is the man that makes the tackle. They're 30 metres out from the Warriors line. That was shocking defence by a couple of the forwards for the New Zealand side. Here's Whareira with the ball. 18 metres out from the line. Girdler a dummy half. It's gone for Nullivar to run again at Good and Beale and see you. 10 metres from the line again now as Prentice finds Gower. Gower gets Lang running a decoy. Long ball out to Farfili. The New Zealanders with the ball. And off the hook just for the moment.
Yeah, you could see Luke Rooney on the outside of Henry Farfili, but physically just couldn't get the ball there. Did well for Feely to get himself in the way. Faumuina now.
On 4.
GCC, the first man to come off for the Warriors. And that's Korpu, who's taken his place.
Last one.
Webber dummy half, and then Jones, the first receiver, and he kicks straight to Rooney, back on his own 20-metre line. So the Panthers' young winger is tackled now, just outside the 30, over on the eastern side of the ground.
Gee whiz, the Panthers wingers are dropping back deep and early in the tackle count looking for that Jones kick. I wouldn't be surprised if they run the ball late in the tackle count as this half wears on. They already dropped one down the short side when running it on tackle 5 was an option. The Panthers wingers have got to be careful they don't go back too early.
Clinton now running straight at Logan Swan and Korpu with Beetham. Beetham, of course, was kept out of the festivities last year with that broken leg. Here's Gower making a clean break, picking up Wesser. Wesser finds Sattler. Sattler's not held. Gives it back to Wesser. And Wesser is tackled 5 metres out on the 5th tackle. Gower looks for a running Joe Nullivar and he's held. Gee, that was great defence online from New Zealand.
Yeah, how did they stop Nullivar there? They had numbers to the right-hand side. Gower, the little jink. Staggered defence, Villasanti and Guttenbeil. And Scott Sattler striding out. And the next play, they really did look like scoring down the right-hand side, but fortunately for them, the relieving penalty as Mr. Wesser looks on.
As Richard Villasanti is tackled on the 30-metre line, and Torpy rather clumsily got the ball away for Faumuina. They haven't had much ball down in Penrith territory. This has been very much the pattern of all of our finals. The team really dominating in possession and territory early. Jones is with the ball now.
That's 4 dominant. Hold.
Play back for Webb, and Webb is one of the players that really can crack you open. And when he comes into dummy half, he can be very, very dangerous as Jones tries to put a little grubber in behind, and Rooney read it and came up and took the tackle 17 metres away from the Penrith line. Penrith leading 4-0 with a try scored by Luke Lewis down the right side. Girdler's been inspirational for Penrith. Not only that, he's been running around, geeing them up, patting them on the back, talking to them, knowing that he is one of those players that has got the experience of big-time football. Several of them haven't. Prentice now finding Gower. Gower cuts out, goes to Whareira, steps inside Jones, steps around Faumuina, who comes again with Villasanti to make the tackle. They're 40 yards from the line. Prentice goes to Campbell. Campbell puts the kick in. Farfili will drop back into the corner and watch it go over the touchline.
The Panthers are having a lot of success down this right-hand side, going at where Stacey Jones is playing one inside. Just seems to be some confusion there between him and Melly and the inside men.
It's been a very relaxed, very conservative, very controlled start to the game. No panic despite the fact they're behind on the scoreboard, but they're not really trying anything at the moment.
It reminds me very much, Phil, of their first 20-25 minutes against Canberra last week.
And here they are now, bringing the ball through the hands and getting it out to the 30-metre line. Again, they clear this danger area of theirs. This is Lauatiti playing in 15. And just a hand back for Webb, and there's that man I'm talking about, and there they go, the light feet of Webb. Down to the 40-metre line, Penrith end of the ground. He's out of there like lightning as Faumuina gives it away for the 5'8" Lulawai. He will play the ball 35 metres out from the line. Jones comes into it now. Then for Webb, and then it goes back to Lauatiti. It wasn't a good pass. He did well to handle it. Got the ball away for Anderson. Anderson beats one. He'll go all the way. Loses the ball. He was over and lost it, and Daniel Anderson, his namesake and coach, knew it.
And it came from absolutely nothing. They do back themselves this way. They'll just move it around, Webb will go through. Someone else will make a break. And here's Anderson. He's about to put the football down. Lewis has scored one. Now he saved one.
So Girdler is taken out as Swain goes into the game in jumper number 17 for the Panthers, and Joe Nullavow is the man that comes off.
Which is quite a brave call, Gus, when you consider that the last performances we've seen of Penrith, their intensity has got better as they've warmed into the game. So the opposition are looking for something different to happen to the way that we've normally seen Penrith operate.
Latua, 77 metres gained on only 4 hit-ups, so he's been monumental in that area. Here's Fafili fielding the high ball, coming back to the 30-metre line, linking up with Webb. There's a gap up the middle. Webb goes swerving around and around from the referee, and then around behind the 5'8", gets the ball away to Logan Swan. Swan down the right side, and is tackled 32 metres out from the line. Play back to Fafili, then to Webb, now to Lulawai. Then it goes to Jones. Jones away to Lauatiti. Lauatiti then gets it on to Faumuina, and he is tackled 30 or 20 metres away from the Panthers line. From Torpy, he goes to Jones, and Jones steps and then gets the ball away for Lauatiti. 8 metres off the goalposts as Beetham goes to dummy half, and Jones jinks and goes back in for Goodenbeal. Goodenbeal is tackled at the line just a couple of metres away, and then Beetham tries to charge over. Ball back to Lulawai. Lulawai back to Webb. Webb gets it back now for Corby. They're over the line. Beautiful ball movement. Logan Swan is in, is it?
It is Logan Swan.
Logan Swan has scored again in the finals.
That is the Warriors at their best. Bill Gould, spot on. Lulawai finds a support player in Webb. Webb steps back in, gets it into one hand, throws it to Corpu, keeps it in one hand, and off to Logan Swan. He got there first last week. He gets there first this afternoon.
20 out, 15 in. Come on, let's put some boot to ball. Time is back on. There's the kick from Webb, sailing around and missing. So 4 points all after 24 minutes.
It's very hard when you're a defender and a player runs at you with the ball in one hand. You don't know whether to take his body or try to reach for the football and stop its progress. And in this try, you get an example of what the Bulldogs had trouble with a couple of weeks ago. 3 in a row there. One-handed passes. They suck you in, but then you feel yourself groping at the ball trying to stop the pass. Very hard to defend to.
Kick-off time again. And Ali Lauatiti with a strong run. I know the New Zealanders have been waiting patiently for him to find some of last year's form.
He's a nice man to bring off the bench. Let's just have a look if any punch has gone out of this Panthers defence. That's 3 tackles now. Warriors are only 25 off their own line. Where will they be after 6?
Corpu reaching the 30-metre line. From Beetham then, it is with Goodenbeal. And that is tackle number 5, and they've made the 40-metre line. They've gone to their kicker now. Joe puts it down towards Wesser. Came off his hand. And Manda said knock backwards, and I think he got that call right.
It's an interesting one. He touches the ball and it's gone backwards.
It's okay. Manda got it right. As Waterhouse gets ready in 15 to come on for the Penrith Panthers, the minor premiers.
Ben Ross is also out there in 14 for the Panthers as Girdler comes wide, throws the dummy, still offloads. That's Swain.
Brought down on the 30-metre line. The number 17 for Penrith. Now it's gone to Gow. And it's a high ball. Webb is under it. He left the field of play to go back into the in goal, according to Manda. He gave him a nice clear call. And he was right again there, the referee. Torpy has gone into dummy half, taking a little run.
Very bunched here, the Warriors. Everyone's standing underneath the post, hands on hips, hands on heads. It's though they're very, very casual. There's an offload there that probably wasn't on. They're not working hard enough at coming out of trouble.
Melly then. And that is Falmawina, the lock forward. Nullavau back on the bench with Joel Clinton. As Wesser fields it back at his own 30-metre line. And Reese,
No penalties in the middle.
prolific try scorer at the back of the Penrith unit, yet to get a real taste. This man has had a couple of tastes. Girdler to the 20-metre line. Campbell's come into dummy half, and Prentice orders him out of that area. He goes to the left, Prentice, picks up Pulatua to the 10-metre line and pull down. Now Campbell wants to have a go. He's a dummy half. It's gone to Gower to Sattler, knocked on by Sattler, and it's a penalty to Penrith. Ben Ross in 14. Takes the first play. Now it's with Prentice, and Prentice goes across to Waterhouse with fresh legs. Waterhouse is forced down. That's where they are, right next to the uprights. As it comes from Prentice, it's gone to Gower. He steps off his left foot, then takes them on, gets it back to Sattler. Sattler shows them the ball, gives it to Swain. Swain is pulled down desperately by, I think it was Lauatiti. Now it's come away and gone past Fatawira. It's out to Luke Lewis. Lewis goes back towards the centre of the ground. Still going, crabbing across the ground. Tackled on the 10-metre line. Play back to Campbell. Campbell to Gower. Gower has a go himself, and Gower loses the ball. Picked up by Lauatiti, and he gets the ball away. Goodenbeil is with it for New Zealand.
They rolled the dice. They rolled the dice, the Panthers. They had a certain 2 points in front of the post. They decided to go for the try.
Brought down round the bootlaces there by Luke Prentice's tackle. Here's Lauatiti.
They are really back to struggling, bring it out of their own end. They're going to kick from poor field position again unless Villasanti can do something here. That's the last, still inside their 30. A lot of pressure being put on Stacey Jones's kicking game.
Jones off his own 30-metre line. He puts it out on the full, so Penrith will have the loose head and feed. In fact, it'll be a turnover. So that really came as a result of some very good defence from Penrith.
And as a result, he was under pressure, kicked it left, kicked it out on the full. Panthers on the attack.
This is Ross. Will play it. 15 out from the uprights. They're going down the centre of the park. Sattler, Campbell, Wesser. 12 metres out from the line. Throws the pass badly behind Girdler. Gets gone over to Rooney. Rooney gave a dummy to Gower, then decided to go himself. And he will play it there, 12 metres out from the line at 4 points all. Campbell with a long ball out to Fatawira. He comes to Beetham and beats Beetham easily. Goes to Korpu, and Korpu and Villasanti make the tackle. The uprights are 7 metres away as Prentice goes back and finds Waterhouse. He goes back. Here's Wesser. Wesser's over. There's Penrith's second try. Reece Wesser is over. It is 8 points to 4 after 31 minutes.
You are playing with fire against the Panthers when you become lazy around the middle of the ruck. And let me say this, we were just talking about the Warriors struggling to work the ball out of trouble. I think it's complacency. I honestly think that the Warriors are taking the Panthers easily. I think that the Warriors believe they can score whenever they want to. If I was their coach, I couldn't wait to get him into the dressing room, put a rocket in him.
So Girdler converts. The Panthers go to a lead of 6 points. It is 10 points to 4, the Panthers at the moment. And as we bring you back to Nine's exclusive live coverage of this Sunday afternoon match, oh gee, that was very close to going over the dead ball line on the full. In fact, I'm almost sure had Swain had his foot on the dead ball line, it would have been a penalty to Penrith back. You see what I'm saying? Had he have stood on the dead ball line, the ball would have come to him, and they could have got a penalty at the middle of the halfway. Girdler having an outstanding game. And he's opening up the right side defence for New Zealand, and he's done it a couple of times in the game so far. Here's Rodney in 16.
He's been very effective for them out wide, also up the middle of the ruck. Prentice and Gower have both found space. Girdler's come in field and found lazy marker defenders and players around the ruck. Little nervous period here for the Warriors. 6 behind. Only 4 minutes before the break. They can't afford another one now. Get too far behind on the scoreboard.
Oh, Ben Ross with a charge, and then he unloads the ball back to Torpy. A lot of these passes are being ill-directed.
Well, it's now a nervous time for Penrith. Sorry, Ray. Because they're going to have to defend late in this first half.
No effect. He responded.
Here is Torpy on the 30-metre line looking for an opening. He's dealing with Swain at the moment, but Sattler and Swain and Ross, they prove too much for him inside the 30-metre line. Now it's with Jones, and Jones back to foul Marina, and he's going to be made to play the ball 30 metres out, or in fact 20 metres out from the Penrith line. Then from Mealy, it's gone across for Jones on a short ball. Now Atini Villasanti! Villasanti is over the line. Did he get the ball down? Referee Tim Mander wants to go to the video referee. Villasanti, I think that look on his face is one of lukewarm confidence. Let's have a look at it. Stretching.
Nah, it's try.
There's enough of it there for mine.
No doubt.
From Mick Stone and Eddie Ward, and it's a try to Richard Villasanti.
You've got to go high and low at Tootie. Rodney went low. You've really got to attack the football first and then worry about stopping the man second.
There's the kick from Webb from right in front. And we are back at 10 points all now.
I don't think our players can be penalised, our kickers can be penalised for working for years and years and years to perfect something that works for them. But I'd be quite happy to see a clock brought in for 1 minute for every kicker. Do it for one, do it for all.
Here they go down the right side now. Farfili, and it's a penalty going to the Warriors. Jones called on by his captain to find the line, and there's a minute left.
Yeah, which is time enough almost, Ray. You would think for a full set of 6. If they don't score a try, would they look for a field goal to take a 1-point lead in?
Well, through the hands they went, and then it went to ground, and it's picked up by Webb. 6 more tackles indicated by Tim Mander. The ball was played at. That's Vinnie Anderson to the 40-metre line. Gets it back to his centre partner. That is Clinton Torpy. Not often do you see centre throw the ball to centre, but it happened then. Torpy plays the ball back for Anderson. Anderson goes across to Jones. Jones to Villasanti, trying to roar up the middle. A handoff for Webb. Webb crosses the 30-metre line, puts a kick in. And Rooney has got the ball for Penrith.
Idea was good, execution was poor from Brent Webb. You could see Luke Rooney getting interested, coming in field, and Falmawina was on his... Farfili was on the outside, but didn't get there. Here's a kick from Craig Gower, looking for a 40-20.
And the ball crossing the line about 28 metres out, almost right in front of John Lang. That furrowed brow. And that is the half-time break. They have both scored 2 tries and kicked 1 goal. We'll come back for the second half of the preliminary final here at Telstra Stadium in just a moment. Tim Mander playing himself really for a grand final whistle. It's an interesting battle between Mander and Harrigan. Bill's basically been on the mantle for quite some time. Villasanti kicks off. Second half of the match. And oh gee. Referee Mander,
who's called a knock on,
has called it forward.
Well, they've knocked accidental offside or something here. You're saying it came off Luke Lewis and then on to...
I thought it was all right. I thought Waterhouse basically was the man that did all of that. Beetham off to the left for Jones, to the line, then to Lulaway, now to Webb, and here is Torpy. The ball goes to Melly and he puts it down. Preston Campbell.
Well, that's a try bomb to the Warriors, and it may be just getting the Panthers over a little hump to a terrible start to this second half. They dropped the kick-off. They nearly conceded a try in the in goal. And look at Melly on the outside now. Torpy, he's got plenty of time to get the pass away. They wouldn't have stopped this fella. He'd have been too big and strong. But he dropped the ball.
21 metres out from the line as Campbell goes to Waterhouse. And the big fella, with probably the thoughts of that mistake still in his mind, takes it up to the 20-metre line, centre of the ground. Rodney runs to Villasanti and Corpu. 10 out from the line. There's a Warrior hurt. It's Villasanti. Now it's with Priddis. Then to Campbell. Campbell double pumps it. And Ross is tackled 2 metres out from the line. Play back to Priddis, and Priddis will go in. Luke Priddis is in. Third try of the day for the Panthers.
Well, what a crazy start to this second half. A mistake from the kickoff, which I'm still trying to work out the decision. Marcus getting out too quickly, splitting. And Stacey Jones was never going to be able to stop Luke Priddis on his own from there. You've got to stay down low with the man, and you don't move until he's thrown the football. The most dangerous man on the field is the man with the football in his grasp, and that was Priddis.
And all of a sudden, a couple of errors by the Warriors has brought them right back into it. And a try. We've got a ball game here, baby, I'm telling you.
14 to 10. Well, you're obviously not talking to me if you're calling me baby. There's the kick by Girdler converting. It's 16 to 10, the Panthers. Second preliminary final. Winner going through. As you come back, we're with the first tackle from the kickoff by Villasanti. It is Swain who plays it for Penrith, who now again leads 16 points to 10. The big lad with the ball, Waterhouse, oh, he's had a little blemish on his game, according to Tim Mander. He's certainly had some very high moments in the game so far. Here's Priddis running with Ben Ross, riding shotgun for him, and then Sattler finds Wesser, and Wesser gets it away to Campbell. Desperate tackle by Beetham there. It had to be made. Now Gower, he kicks looking for Girdler, but Webb is there, and then he beats Gower, runs away from him, but Priddis takes him to ground. This is the offload from Wesser to Campbell, and really Campbell was carrying baggage almost before he got the ball in the shape of Monty Beetham. Villasanti gets some attention back on the bench from Jones to Lulawai. Lulawai tries to break them himself, and he's rolled over onto his back there, and a good tackle by Luke Priddis. Played back to Logan Swan, then for Stacey Jones, now for Paliacina. 10 out, right in front of the uprights, running towards the southern end. Beetham away to Jones. Jones out for Falmawina. The back rower struggles to play the ball quickly. Then Beetham goes back to a second man, and Jones goes looking for Fafile! And I fancy that it's coming out to the 20 for the restart.
Strange play there. Strange play. I don't think Farfeli was expecting the crossfield kick. He may have expected a grubber kick into the end goal. I would have liked to see them run it there. And here's some good defence now from the Warriors as they try to surge back into the game.
So there's a bit of a dust-up erupting now.
Yeah, Paliacina seemed to give a face massage to Ben Ross. A couple of Penrith players going back onside took exception.
Okay, no one else. The penalty's against you for the extra work and the tackle afterwards. Okay, that's it.
So the Warriors penalised for the tackle by Paliacina on Ross.
I think I would recommend to young Ross that if you're going to start a fight or get involved in a fight, on your back on the ground under Paliacina is not the place to start it from.
Campbell then for Swain. And look at this tackling now from the Warriors as they build up in aggression. They build up in domination of the tackles. Pull a 2 now. 5 or 6 metres onto Warriors turf. And it's with Priddis, who's come really into the game in the second half. He's making a lot of dummy half work, a lot of dummy half runs. Wesser, Campbell, Gower, Sattler. And again to the ground, 20 metres out. Good work by the Panthers, nice ball movement, then for Gower, and he goes high and he goes across towards Fafili's wing. Oh, Rooney, that might be play on. I think this might be a
just grabbed it, realised it's the last tackle. He's got to get it back, and I think it has gone back. The hands are away from the football. Girdler, great presence of mind to realise, don't knock on this, keep it on the toe. That's a try.
In a tight game, an important moment.
Green lights in the background over the frame of John Lane. And the Panthers now looking comfortable at 20-10. From 8 metres in, 25 out. And he gets it. Webb. Nullival.
Well, you've got to hold on to your hats now, because a 12-point deficit is an invitation now to the Warriors to throw absolutely everything they've got in their attacking armoury at the Panthers. They've lived by the sword to die. They're dying by it, but they're a chance of getting themselves out of it. That's just the sort of team they are.
Yeah, no surprise. They put Motu Tony out there now, and he was the catalyst against them, against the Bulldogs. Actually scored 2 or 3 tries when they had 12 men on the field. And he sparked them. I agree. I think that they are even more dangerous now that they are forced to play football.
Gower's kick bouncing up for Francis Millie. It comes to Campbell. The line is down on him, the defensive line. Fafiri. 22 metres out from his own line as Vinnie Anderson lays the ball back for Francis Melly, who reaches the 30-metre line as we go to the sideline. Andrew.
Well, I will tell you one thing, Ray. Daniel Anderson, the Warriors coach, will be filthy with what has transpired in the 14 minutes since half-time. 2 of the key points at half-time, what he told his players. One was to watch out for Luke Prittis. He thought he was making too many metres. Luke Prittis comes up with a soft try from dummy half. Second, talked about field position for an Afida Paliasina to give the Panthers a piggyback out of trouble just a minute before that try was scored. They are 2 things that just fly in the face of what Daniel Anderson said to his players at half-time.
Falmawina to play the ball close to halfway. It's back to Jones, and Jones's kick will go straight to Reece Wesser. Bounces off the chest originally, but he comes out towards the 30-metre point.
On the other hand, too, I mean, if the Panthers have got a 12-point break and there's a little bit of nerves out of their system, they've got the ability to pile on a couple themselves. They're in a real dangerous position here, the Warriors. I think complacency's got them into this. They're going to have to fire up to get out of it, but their forwards aren't getting over the advantage line. The Panthers are defending much better.
Now, the 14 is Motu Tony. I believe the ball was knocked on by the tackler. And that's the way Tim Mander has ruled. So it'll be a Penrith loose head and feed. It's with Rooney now, the winger, who together with Girdler found that last try for them. Prittis passes for Clinton. And Clinton, now there's a Shepherd. It's a penalty to the Warriors.
He has got an advantage.
Bad luck there for Joel Clinton. He was really revving up to get his team on the front foot. Ran into the back of a teammate. It did give him some slight advantage. It was Sattler that had gone through as a decoy. Joel, get out of my way. I've got enough to worry about with the Warriors without you in my way.
Paliasina winds it up and lets it hang out. Down to the 40-metre line. Beetham goes behind 2. Finds Joe. Finds Webb. Webb. 33 metres out. A little bit better than that. Going down the eastern side of the ground. Jones for CU now. Big trouble brewing. Interchange. 7 for Penrith, 6 for the Warriors. The Warriors 12 in arrears. Paliasina. Beetham wasn't alert. CU. Then Webb. Cut out ball over to Torpy. Lewis had come off his wing. He had to make that tackle. 25 out from the line. Melly is with the ball. He's running an arc, but he's running into defence, and he tries to go through, but they put him away. 29 metres out from the line. Jones for Motu Tony. And Tony is away. He beat Gower. He comes to Wesser. Loses the ball. No, he doesn't. It goes back to Jones. Jones to Torpy. Oh, that is brilliant. Did he get the ball down? Did he get the ball down?
We've got Luke Prittis and Clinton Torpy going hammer and tongs. I hope he's got it down to the extent that the pass from Motu Tony deserved to lead to a try. Oh, yeah, it's down.
He put it down 10 minutes ago.
Who's that?
This might be an 8-point try.
I think Torpy threw the first one.
Although, yeah, I think there was an accidental touch from Luke Prittis, which Torpy misconstrued.
The try's been scored. There's no problems there. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay, let's go.
So you're saying, Tim, you can punch someone up in
It was minor. It was minor.
The exchange between Tony... Well, there's the try being awarded officially. There's no problems there. If you're a Warrior supporter, you've got yourself 4 points. Let's go through it, though. This last exchange between Jones and Tony is most interesting. Tony.
Don't forget, this is last tackle, and again, it's come from nothing. The pass and that one, just top draw. Now a huge kick coming up for Brent Webb.
And this one he hits it just across the face of the uprights. So it is 8 points the margin. 1 hour of the game is gone.
And the Warriors, they're like a bunny chasing a rabbit at the moment. They're 12 down, now 8 down on the scoreboard. Tony is able to pull through some defence. Watch this pass without looking. Back on the inside. Jones to the outside, saw the cover defence coming. Beautiful try there. But they're chasing a rabbit here. A greyhound chasing a rabbit. They've got a lead to catch. 25 minutes to score 10 points to get in the grand final.
A minute ago we had a bunny chasing a rabbit. Here's Brent Webb getting involved now. That's good field position there after a couple of rucks, and Paliacina improves it over halfway.
Bunnies do chase rabbits too.
Penalty goes to Penrith. He's penalised the Warrior for not getting up and playing the ball. Paliacina again is at the centre of the penalty. You must rise with the football and play the ball. So Luke Prittis away for Craig Gow. 28 metres out from the Warriors line. And Penrith are cuddling this 8-point lead at the moment. Clinton is with the ball. They've played 3 times this year, including a trial match at Invercargill. And Penrith have beaten them 3 from 3. Prittis to Campbell. Campbell to Sattler. Sattler dummies to Nullaval. Finds Fadawira. He gives it to Wesser. Wesser then decides to try and circle the troops if he can. Then he finds an opening and tries to go through it. 19 out from the line. Already he has scored 1 try in the game so far. Sattler from Lang, and Lang is tackled 10 away from the line. Well, a converted try here would just about seal it. Nullaval has scored. Penrith are over again. 26-14. Girdler will attempt conversion.
Yeah, you asked Joe Nullaval whether he liked having the week off. He's a guy who couldn't walk from the field against Brisbane, and now he's done what he's done all season. Busted into people, come out the other side, slams the football down. He's been very instrumental in the good things that have happened at Penrith this year, and he's brushed through Torpy and Jones to maybe score the match winner.
So, one of Penrith's heroes, Ryan Girdler, from 12 in from touch, and that looks good. Flags are up, and the hopes of the Panthers are up as well. 28 points to 14.
Listen, Tim Mander, by the way, did blow time off for Ryan Girdler then. After 1 minute, the scoreboard clock didn't pick it up. He had 2 attempts, they still didn't pick it up. So there's a bit of having to square the ledger work there to be done by the timekeeper.
Here is Pulatua now. He'll be keen to go blow for blow with Joe Nullaval. It's been the essay that they've set each other. Here is Lang.
I was talking to Coach John Lang a few weeks ago, and he spoke about times with the Sharks when they've come into semi-finals. He said there was a couple of years there where we held 12 and 14-point leads, and we tried to protect our lead. He said, if there's one thing I can give the Panthers from experience, if we get to the front, keep playing football.
Well, Gus, that man there was in charge in 1999 when Cronulla finished minor premiers and they failed to go through to the grand final. As that kick is knocked on by Francis Melly, so too by Joe Nullaval. It'll be knock-ons both ways, but a Penrith feed.
There's no doubt about that. Francis Melly has made the mistake first.
And some heads have gone down here in the Warriors side. They've looked up at the scoreboard, they've looked at the clock, they've seen the error. They've thought, gee, this might be getting beyond us here. They've got to start thinking about holding the Panthers out, and they can't do it.
That's the captain in the foreground. There's no joy on the bench. There's no joy on the scoreboard. As Campbell goes across to Wesser. Wesser just holds it back and then tries to beat them himself.
Let it go.
And Girdler finds himself at acting half, 12 metres out from the line. Campbell running an angle for Sattler to come back towards the blind side. Girdler, is Girdler thinking about drop goal? He was just pointing to the uprights to his captain Gow.
No, Ray, that's not the play now. The scoreline doesn't suggest they need a field goal.
Prentice's pass has gone to the Warriors now.
Yeah, Warriors ball. You just see there the man being pushed back, playing the football. Martin Lang interfered with Luke Prittis. And Lauatiti, he shows some urgency to get there.
Good and Beale and Fafili. And it's a penalty going to the Warriors. It's against the markers.
Well, let's take stock here. 14 minutes in front. 14 points in front, 14 minutes on the scoreboard. Not beyond the Warriors. But the Panthers, you would think, with a chance to get through to the decider, could muscle up enough defence here on these big fellas and hold them out.
Well, the one thing in their favour, Gus, is their last 3 games coming into this one, they've only conceded 1 second-half try, which is quite remarkable. And they've only conceded 1 second half here as well. So they are defending beautifully, although Melly
has found an opening. They've got support. Here they come, the Warriors. They're over. The fullback is in, Brent Webb. Right under the crossbar.
And
it's not over yet, Peter.
That just shows. Forget statistics. Don't worry about statistics. Doesn't matter what they've done the last 3 games. What they're doing now is up against a desperate football team who is going to ask questions, and Francis Melly, who's had a fairly unfortunate afternoon, comes up with a good step around Joe Nallavau. Look at the support. He's got Torpy on the far side, Webb on this side. 4's about to become 6. It isn't over.
Have a look at this. He doesn't need to take 3 minutes for a kick. He's ready in 22.1 seconds. World record personal best, 2 points.
It's a PB for Brent Webb. But what scintillating attack it was. Francis Melly, I thought he might have left his best run about 3 weeks ago. He's made a magnificent break. And then the lightning feet of Brent Webb has taken them to 28-20 down. "12 minutes to go. And the Panthers taking their time.
Can you imagine what's going through John Lang's head down there on the sideline? Can you imagine what he's thinking down there on the sideline? He's trying not to look at the clock. He's trying not to look at the scoreboard. His eyes will be flicking along his defensive line, looking for someone who's tired. Can I get someone on there that can help us? Can we hold on? What's going through that mind?
Here is Fafili. Never mind about asking us, can we imagine? You've been there. You've done that. You've been trampolining and all of that. Fauamoina plays the ball back for Torpy, who hits CU with the pass. And now they are 35 metres out on 5. Webber dummy half. Jones at receiver. Jones to the air. It's a big kick. Fafili's got a big jump on him, but not as big as Rooney.
Yeah, well done, son. Never took his eyes off the ball. Fafili is a great leaper himself, but Rooney's out-jumped him twice today. 2 big takes. Nallavau comes from the field.
Swain playing it. And now it's Lang, who's met by Fauamoina and Beetham and Clinton back on the bench as they run away from their 40-metre line for Waterhouse.
Last one. Back up.
Campbell to Gower to the right foot. Gower's been put on his back. I didn't see any illegality there. Tim Mander's okay. Touch judges have said nothing. Here's Melly.
Short side all the way.
Was the kick.
Right, go left.
There's nothing in it. He couldn't pull out of it, and he did nothing malicious.
Back up, back up.
They might only get another
Oh, Marcus Square, Marcus Square.
5 opportunities if things swing with the pendulum evenly. Play by Gooden Beale. Now Tony.
There are any chances to get a repeat set somehow. They need to. They come up with a great kick or a mistake from the opposition, a penalty, something.
Lauatiti did well. Jones got it away. Tony on the bounce.
Okay, last one.
Tony near the halfway line. Plays it back to Beetham. Now it's to Jones. Floats out the ball. It's gone out to Vinnie Anderson. He gets it on the inside to Villasanti. And the ball on the ground.
Oh, great tackle there from Ryan Girdler.
Turnover.
They're always going to run it. That stage, they didn't really have much choice. They were still around the halfway line, but Girdler stayed with Villasanti on the inside and nabbed him straight away.
Under 5 to go, Rabbits. They only need to complete 2 sets of 6 here, the Panthers. If they can complete 2 sets of 6, they're in the grand final. They just don't want to drop ball now.
Waterhouse.
On 3, square out Marcus.
Campbell sends it to the blind side for Swain.
Can't see that. 4.
And Pulatua.
No penalties.
He's back to the benches. Ross is about to go back into the game. It's with Gower. He floats the ball over to Rooney. Rooney's got Rodney on his inside. He's got Wesser to choose from. He's with Campbell now. Campbell goes over to the 40-metre line, picks up Sattler. Sattler lays it back for Waterhouse. He comes to the centre. Torpy. The ball goes away to Fatawira now. This is Fatawira taken down by Gooden Beale and Beetham.
Well, they ate up some time on that play. That went east-west.
Priddis for Gower. Gower puts the kick down towards Francis Melly's corner. Melly outside the 10.
Unless something freakish happens here, John Lang and Peter Mulholland look on very anxiously and nervously. An incredible feeling about to come over some of these Penrith players when the final whistle goes. Only one of them have experienced a first-grade grand final. That was Luke Priddis for Brisbane. And the relief that they are going to feel after the huge expectation and pressure they've experienced for weeks now. And of course, they'll have to regather to prepare for next week. That is if the Warriors can't come up with something quite incredible in the last minute or so.
3 minutes to go now. Warriors with Webb. And it's gone into touch.
It's over. It's over. Panther fans, you can rise up now. You're going to the big show. The Panthers are in the grand final. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock. 8 points in front. And they've done it as they've done it all year. With tremendous attacking football, taking their chances.
You can see John Lang there mouth. One more. Just one more.
Rodney's made a break up the middle. Webb makes the tackle. Penrith are 20 metres out. Some unfinished business. Sattler away for Girdler. Puts the kick in. Taken by Tony.
I guarantee you Ryan Girdler's not looking at the clock. He wouldn't care what time it was. He doesn't care what day it is.
I tell you what, hasn't he risen, though, to the occasion?
He's been the best player on the field for mine.
Hasn't he risen to the big time and met the challenge? Now it's from Anderson over to Jones, and Jones to Lauatiti. Then it's out to Webb.
Stand up.
Under 2 minutes to go. Penrith to their first grand final since they won it back in 1991. 28-20, doing to the Warriors what they've done consistently all year. And that is to rack up a win. 3 times they've played, 3 times they've beaten them, if you include the trial match. Whistle to play the ball.
Well, the Warriors lost this in the first half for mine. I don't know whether it was laziness or complacency, but they definitely didn't come with the type of firebrand. Here we go, Martin Lang, get up, son, run.
Rooney's coming up on his inside. Lang doesn't see him, does a complete 360. The loudest cheers were coming from his father. Wesser puts it down. And the Warriors come up with the football. Francis Melly away from Rodney, away from Waterhouse. No, he's not. Waterhouse made the tackle. Played back to Beetham. Then it's gone to Falmawina. This is Farfili, not going anywhere. Back to Paliasina. Paliasina looking to unload and is pulled down by Rodney and Swade. Now Lauatiti held on the 40-metre line and driven into the ground. Again, Rodney making the tackle. Then it's Torpy. The ball may have been touched by Penrith. They've come back with the ball, though. Was there an advantage for the Warriors? Rodney's with the ball now.
Well, the advantage was that Clinton Torpy flicked it out the back and it went straight to Rodney. All academic now. Luke Prentice, fitting that he's going to get the ball away to Preston Campbell. And that will be it.
Siren in the background. The second preliminary final is over, and it's been won by Penrith, defeating the New Zealand Warriors 28-20.